So let's just dive in to our first segment this week, which is coming back. Everybody's favorite.
Speaking of things that are coming back, that's everyone's favorite.
You've got a question that you don't know. There's only one place for you to go. It's the place with all the honest facts. It's the internet.
America.
Reacts.
There's no cats.
I didn't know it was going to be a weekly segment. Mia, what were you saying it was during the jingle?
Things that we need to bring back. That Jake, where does the name of the podcast come from? I feel like it's been weeks and I was listening to this and I don't even know where it comes from.
You did it last week. You did it before the actual
I did it.
intro.
I was going to wait.
I don't think it made the final cut.
Did it not?
So I don't know what happens.
I think so. I want to point out we posted our first, actually on the topic of this segment, we posted our first lengthy YouTube segment, which was the Internet Reacts last week, and the first 15 seconds are our normal intro over our logo, which at the bottom, the 15 seconds of audio gives you just enough time to read the fine print, so that whenever you watch it, the first thing you hear or the first thing you think is that this is from the 2008 film, The Incredible Hulk, starring.
Did you guys
Academy
know
Award
that?
It's from what?
Wait, did you guys know that was where the title of the podcast came from?
I did not.
I definitely said it last week, and if it didn't make the cut, it's not old Jake's fault. So let me just make sure it's super clear to all of you listening where the title of this podcast came from. The title of this podcast is from Edward Norton's Incredible Hulk, famously the worst Marvel cinematic film. And you see, they go to a pizza place in there and it's called Stanley's Pizza Place. It's a weird nod to
Stan
Lee, but also Stanley has a
Stanley.
cameo in it as well. So why double down? It's a strange name for a pizza place alone. And so we decided it'd be good to take an outdated TV reference and mix it with the worst movie and the reference probably no one was going to understand. And
Caleb
really
is killing himself right now.
Really drive it home. It's actually better that you guys did it now because my plan was to do it at the end of the episode. So
and I ruined it.
No, you didn't ruin anything. It's now just
Gee.
it's now just a ticking time bomb where you never know where it'll go off.
I like this though because I'm just gonna look forward to it.
No, I'm always thinking about it. I think about it not podcasting.
Oh boy.
Anyway, Caleb, you want to do your segment?
You want to do the thing now?
Let's talk about. Okay, if I can get this to work.
Baby. Let's talk about you.
There it is.
Let's talk about
And
Let's talk about
sound. There's not really sound. All right. Okay.
Hopefully I sung as little of that as possible to not get
So welcome back, everybody, I don't know if this will be a weekly segment, but I had the time to actually make another one of these. So this is our second, The Internet Reacts, everybody's favorite game show on Two Guys, a Girl, and Stanley's Pizza Place. The greatest game show on Two Guys, a Girl, and Stanley's Pizza Place. We're back with another Internet Reacts. This week, the rules are going to be pretty much the same. First round is 4 questions, second round 3 questions, and then there's a final round with 1 single question. And I'm changing the point values just a little bit. I realized it's a little in my advantage for points if I get a point every time one of you gets it wrong, since there are 2 of you. So I get a point now if both of you get it wrong until the last round, which will be different. All right.
Okay, that's fair.
All right.
This week, though, instead of the entire Internet Reacts game show revolving around one single post, I have found that my post that was 3,000 reactions and 250 comments was apparently a flash in the pan, because in searching through this group, I have not found another post with that many reactions or that many comments. So
Really?
Yes.
So these people should come listen to our podcast, because if it's that exciting to drop podcast topics and just little sprinkle it in.
So what I've done this week is each round will have its a different post. So the first round will have the 4 questions will revolve around one post, and then the second round they'll revolve around another, and so forth. Wow. So any questions? I'm gonna say no. All right, then we will
Man,
dive.
that would have been a great place for me to be like, where does the name of the podcast come from? I blew it.
You blew it, Mia.
I blew
right.
it earlier.
Let's dive right in. Whoops, I need to click. Round 1, only the worthy. Your comment your post that we are looking at is a post that just says, Kevin Feige has confirmed Fantastic Four, directed by John Watts, will be the last film in the MCU's Phase 4. Cool. And it's a picture of Kevin Feige and John Watts and the Fantastic Four logo we all saw at the Disney announcements. Very exciting. It had about 1.7 thousand reactions and probably around 150 comments. And as we all know, the internet is a very wholesome place. So none of them were at all toxic. But so
I guess almost all of them were.
Does anyone else think that John Watts looks a little bit like Brandon Roth's Superman in that photo?
Maybe with a 5 o'clock shadow. Yeah.
Like wrong color eyes, but
I'd kiss him. I don't know.
All right. Question 1. Your comment is, it's not what we want, though. We want X-Men.
That's
and
not true.
Fist.
with a power fist.
That's not. What a bad.
How did the
what a
internet
bad take. What a
react
bad
to this?
Hey, Caleb, I've forgotten the question.
The
We have to
question
get-
is,
The
how
post,
did the
sorry.
internet...
What was the post? Something about Fantastic
It was
Four
just
is
the
last
announcement
film of the Phase
That was
4.
the last Phase 4.
Great. Had
film.
terrible amnesia just there for a moment. Let's
You
continue.
were thinking about kissing John Watts, weren't you?
I was just fantasizing
definitely-
about Superman, Brandon Roth, and
Yeah.
then
Oh, that's
I
fair,
started
that's fair.
thinking
All right.
about the DCU TV thing where they were all Superman and there was a
Yeah,
multiverse,
sure.
and then
All
I
right.
forgot what we were doing.
Huh?
And this comment on that post about John Watts was, it's not what we want, though. We want X-Men.
Boo,
Now, your
mistake.
4 options are, A, the internet reacted with 10 likes, 4 cares, 1 laughs. B, 6 likes, 2 cares, 1 loves, and 1 angries. C, 13 likes, 104 laughs, 29 angries. Or D, 8 likes and 21 laughs. Let's start with Mia.
Who's gonna care with that?
It's just a bad who? Why?
But
We do want
care is the
Fantastic
thing
Four.
you're supposed
I
to do when like
desperately
someone
wanna go
posts
Fantastic.
something sad and you want to tell them you care about them.
Like FF's the only other thing that's as weird as X-Men at times. So like if FF does well, X-Men will it's like those two things are so harmonious and can.
All right.
Yeah, it
Anyways,
sucks.
I'm gonna go with D. I guess 8 likes, 21 laughs. Because I cannot believe that anyone loves, cares. I believe in angries. I changed my mind. I'm going with B. No, I'm not. I'm going with D. 8 likes, 21 laughs.
You locking
All
that
right.
in?
Locking it in.
Locking it in.
I don't
Jake.
feel good about it though.
I was gonna take B. I feel
Titles.
like it's just there's not a lot. It's just I feel like even 21 responses to this is too much. It's not a hot enough take, but I can feel a few people like 6, 2, 8, 9, 10 people wanting to respond to this feels about accurate for this weak ass fucking take. I'll take B. Lock it in.
All
I
right.
think you're right because there's got to be some angries here because I'm angry.
I'm
That's
angry.
how I felt.
I'm
So-
the one angry.
Jake went with B, 6 likes, 2 cares, 1 love, and 1 angry. And Mia went with D, 8 likes and 21 laughs. The correct answer is B.
Oh, I
6
should have
likes, 2
switched when I
cares,
said it.
1 love, and 1 angry.
That angry person is the only correct person.
All right. As we recall, last week Jake had a very strong first round, but fell apart
it.
after that. So
Don't rub it in. Listen, let me bask in the thing I'm good at for a minute.
let's move on to question 2. This comment: is anyone really actually excited for this? F4 was whack.
Who are these
There's nothing to
stupid
do with it.
people?
It has nothing to do with it. F4 was whack. What does that mean? What did you say? The other movies are whack? That doesn't have anything to do with the new movie. Nothing to do with the new movie.
Your 4 possible responses were A, 1 like, 1 laugh, 2 angries. B, 4 likes, 14 laughs, 6 angries. C, 11 likes, 6 laughs, 2 sads. Or D, 1 single angries.
I have to
Jake.
believe it's D. I'm locking it in. Just a lone angry on this one. I might be wrong on this one. I'm not going to even talk it through and look at the other ones. I just want it to be D so bad that I'm going to lock it in.
I'm gonna go with B, 4 likes, 14 laughs, 6 angries, because I'm gonna believe that those laughs are like, you know how sometimes trolls laugh, but they're doing it in like a douchebag way.
Oh, the internet.
I think those, like the internet is. I think some of those laughs are like douche laughs. So I'm gonna go with B.
Fucking get them.
Like honestly, screw everyone here.
All right. So Jake went
Except for
with,
the angries. I agree with you, angry posters.
so Mia went with 4 likes, B, 4 likes, 14 laughs, 6 angries. Jake went with D, 1 single angry. And actual internet response was A, 1 like, 1 laugh, 2 angries.
At least it was majority angries on that one. I feel good about that.
That's a point for me.
It's not a majority, though. It's a 50-50.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, you're right. You're not a majority, but the overwhelming, yes. There's 2 angries. I'm happy about it. It's all I have to walk away with something on this one.
All right. Moving on to question 3. It is just a meme of the Fantastic Four logo, like just the 4 with the Marvel Studios, and a person very happy about it, and then a reveal of Captain America's shield behind it, and it saying Captain America 4, and somebody looking sad. So 4 possible internet reactions to this were A, 14 likes, 5 laughs. B, 7 laughs, 4 wows. C, 21 likes, 7 laughs, 4 sads. Or D, 4 likes and 13 laughs. Mia, what you got?
I'm gonna hand this one off to Sue Storm. So hold on just a minute.
What?
5 pizza points.
Sue says B.
B.
I mean, this is Sue, and I say B.
I mean, I say.
I say B.
Mia has disappeared from the screen. Hey, there's Mia.
Mia didn't go anywhere. Sue
You
Storm
missed
took her
Sue
chair.
Storm.
I
Yeah.
did a visual joke on
You
a
did
podcast.
on a podcast do a visual joke, which is hilarious and for many reasons.
For listeners, I crawled under my desk, so it was the Invisible Woman.
All right. So Mia, you went with B. Jake.
This is pretty good.
Oh, I meant to say C. Sorry, I couldn't see the screen under my desk.
What do you mean?
But no, Sue said B. You handed it off to Sue.
That's right. Sue says, and I can't deny her.
Okay, so Mia's going with C. Jake.
I was also going to take C because this is pretty funny.
All right. So both of you went with C, 21 likes, 7 laughs, 4 sads. The actual answer is D, 4 likes and 13 laughs.
Yeah, I should have.
That's another point for Caleb.
Caleb is sweeping this thing.
Yeah.
All right, moving
I
on
get
to
one. I tie him on it though.
the last question of round 1. The comment is, it is called Fantastic Four. Seems like a good way to end phase 4. And then it's a husky pun picture.
Isn't that the Dogecoin dog?
No, Dogecoin is a Shiba Inu.
That's right.
This is a
That
husky.
makes sense.
All right, your possible internet reactions are A, 47 likes, 12 laughs, and 1 wows. B, 7 likes, 9 laughs, 1 loves. C, 8 likes, 14 laughs. Or D, 47 likes, 16 laughs, and 1 sads. So I believe it is Jake first.
There hasn't been any like super large hits on this post, so I don't think the 47 plays. I found out to do better if I talk it through, so I'm gonna try to win this one. So I'm gonna walk myself through it. I feel like it's funny, but is it 14 laughs funny? I feel like a love is a pretty good, because honestly, I didn't even think about the fact that Fantastic Four is ending Phase 4. So even though this person just making a shitty joke, it has a good bit of sort of like Marvel universe like idea building in there with that. It's a very thing that Kevin would do. I'm gonna go with B. Lock it in.
I was gonna say B.
Then go for it.
Mia?
I'm also gonna say B. You and I keep picking the same, Jake.
All
We're
right.
on the same wavelength this time.
I just like that this is the one positive person looking forward to Fantastic Four. It's gonna be great. And stop it, you haters. Stop it.
So you guys went with B, 7 likes, 9 laughs, 1 loves. Actual reaction
wrong.
was B.
Ow, F you.
You each get a point.
Yay for us. I thought you just said D. I can't understand letters. They all sound the same to me.
Bravo.
B, C, D, all rhyme.
Mhm.
E,
All right.
G,
G.
Now we move on to round 2.
T. We could do
Survey
this all day.
says.
T.
So many of the T.
This is the round where I will give you the reactions and then 4 possible comments. So,
Z still rhymes.
are you
There's
guys
so
good?
many.
Are you?
Are we breaking this wide open right now? Have we uncovered something bigger than we realized? You guys know how many letters rhyme? This is nuts.
Okay.
Why is no one talking about this?
I can't breathe.
Quick, go out there, spread the word.
Oh, it hurts. Okay.
I don't know what to do. I'm just curious if you guys smoked before you came here and
We
didn't
did-
tell me.
I just
No,
didn't
I'm
realize how many letters rhyme until we started doing it.
I'm just tired.
All right.
Oh,
So
okay.
round 2. You're gonna have a new post this time,
Okay.
and this is the round where I give you the reactions, and you tell me which of the 4 comments that I show you got that reaction.
Right.
So
Reverse.
exactly. So your post is it is 2 pictures, one of Lady Loki and one poorly
Bad
photoshopped
Photoshop.
picture
God.
of Natalie Portman as a femme Thor, and above it just says
Tragic Photoshop.
sisters question mark.
No.
Had 128
Sisters,
responses and 2.2
sisters.
thousand reactions. So in the comment
Well,
section
you know, they're
of this
both
post,
women and they're both blonde.
Y-
So,
If I know
in this
Well-
photo.
women,
Also, she's not even blonde in she's just blonde in this poorly photoshopped
Yeah.
thing.
she also,
so
like, her armor's not.
let's go to question number 5. Which of these comments got 8 likes and 12 laughs? Was it A, Steve's blonde too? Is he her brother? Question mark. B, why would mortal Ms. Guardian Jane Foster have a godling as a sister? Exclamation point, question marks, da fuck? C, nah, she's Enchantress. It'll be Kid Loki she's protecting.
Oh, that's very good.
Or-
I want to talk more about that.
Or D,
Yeah, can we just pause and talk about that?
we'll
Maybe
talk about it
that's the-
afterwards. Or D,
That's clever.
I'm
though.
not gonna lie, Lady Loki is kinda hot.
God, I hate people.
Damn it.
It's the internet. So, I believe it is Mia. We're back to Mia.
So 8 likes, 12 laughs.
That's a lot. That's a hefty reaction to a post, especially a sub like.
I mean, number one, C just deserves way more likes and loves and reactions than it, so I'm gonna not pick it just because it's too low in my opinion for such a great comment. Why would they use the word godling? What is that?
All of
Why
that.
would mortal Midgardian Jane Foster have a godling as a
All of
sis?
that's
What?
bad. All of that.
I
is
hate that whole thing.
That person did a bad job, and they should know.
They did a big worder.
I'm gonna pick that one though,
Wants
because
it.
I think people are gonna read that and read it and be like, "Oh, pick it."
All right, so me, you're going with B?
I hate what I'm
Yes.
about to pick. but
Jake?
I think it's gonna be D.
Oh, I
think
hate
that's-
D too.
I hate D more than anything else. I would prefer B over D, but I feel like it's something that people are gonna be like "Bleh," about on the internet. But points to C. I wish C was the answer because C is actually a really interesting theory that I like a lot that I hadn't even considered, that she's just pretending to sort of be Loki, but she's actually Enchantress and protecting Kid Loki. That's really good.
All right.
Um,
So,
You know that part when they talk about their romances,
yeah.
and she references that there's like a someone.
Yep.
What if she's What if it's not like a romance in this? What if it's not a love in the sense of a romance? But I can't remember how the script was written. I gotta look it up. But what if it was a love in the sense of like loving Kid Loki?
Right. Yeah.
Like as a
Familial love, sort
caregiver.
of, or something. Yeah.
oh.
I like
All
that.
right. So
I hate
Mia
that I picked
went
D. I hate
with
that I picked D.
B, which was why would immortal Midgardian Jane Foster have a godling as a sister?
Ugh.
Exclamation point, question mark, da fuck. And Jake went with D. I'm not gonna lie, Lady Loki is kind of hot. The comment that got 8 likes and 12 laughs is actually C. Nah, she's Enchantress. It'll be Kid Loki she's protecting. So that
Why
is
are
a
you
point
laughing
for
at
me.
that? Why
I
are you
didn't-
laughing at that?
I didn't pick that one because it deserved 150 likes.
Well, it also
Not
doesn't deserve
8.
laughs. It deserves like likes and hearts and things like
Hey,
that's
hey,
good.
hold, please. Those are wows, Caleb. That is the wow face, not
That
the
is a
laugh
wow face, Caleb.
and that
Caleb,
misled us.
that's a wow face.
I would have
Caleb.
wowed that comment.
Wow.
I
I
would
don't know
have
what
been
you're
like,
talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Wow, that's
is-
a great
wow is
theory.
totally-
See,
Wow, exactly. Wow changes the whole concept of
does.
this question.
the
and
whole
I'm g-
thing.
It's null and void now. This is a moot question. Because a wow would lead me to I would Sherlock Holmes to my way into that question with a wow.
Oh yeah.
All
me
right,
too.
all right, all right. I'll take away my point, and we'll just consider this question null and void.
That's
You got a
just
freebie
good
last
thing.
week.
I'm glad that you used it to highlight this question, but I thought there's no way that 12 laughs would lead to this question. There's nothing funny about it. It's just good.
All right,
just
let's
good.
move on to question 6. Which of these
Oh,
comments got 6 likes, 2 loves,
Oh, my
45
word.
laughs, 2 wows, 1 angries? There are options A, it's Mephisto with it written over the picture of Lady Loki. B, yes, they are both blonde, must be related. C, both are trash, all hail Black Widow.
Why can't we like all
Or-
of them? Why can't we enjoy all of them?
Or D, if 4 exclamation points, if this is Lady Loki, I was kind of hoping for something more like this. And then there's a sultry picture of a raven-haired woman in a green dress.
You don't know who that is?
I don't know.
That's Leah Luthor from
Oh.
Supergirl.
Well, there you go. I don't.
Lena Luthor. I don't know why I just said Leah. That's not her name. Lena Luthor.
You just dodged a correction corner. Good job, Mia.
That was going to be a thing just then. I love her. Number 1,
So
Jane
Jake,
Foster is not blonde. Can we just because they poorly photoshopped some blonde hair in her head, B is just accepting a flawed premise.
Did
All
you
right,
guys
go
see-
ahead,
Did you guys
Jake.
see the closing T-shirt for Thor: Love and Thunder, where you get to see Jane Foster's costume on the T-shirt?
yes, yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Good.
You know
All
the
right.
other problem I have with that Photoshop? Her boobs
That
are
was what
wildly
that's
out of proportion, and her arms are tiny. She's
And
Thor.
as we
She's not gonna
know-
have tiny arms.
As well, we saw that photo of Natalie Port's on set with those
Jacked.
jacked guns, and I had a lot of strong feelings about it, and they're all positive
I have
feelings.
strong feelings about that picture. Do you do
yeah,
this
that's what-
segment just to make Jake and I angry?
Yeah,
'Cause
I
I
that's
do
what's
a
gonna
little
happen.
bit. Yeah, that's that's why I do
You're
the
riled
podcast
up.
mostly.
Mia, when I mentioned her armor,
All
I was
right.
trying to not so subtly be like, "Those boobs are incorrect."
I'm a lady. I can say it. Those
That's
boobs
what
are
I was
incorrect.
I was just wanted someone to say out loud.
Well,
That's
I
a
did
bad
it.
job.
It's a bad job.
45
All right, Jake.
laughs is a lot of laughs.
Yeah.
That means something really hit. And it's got to be, there's a lot of love still for the Mephisto bit and joke.
Did
It
we
just-
explain the Mephisto thing to our listeners?
if you all remember during the times of Wanda and Vision, or WandaVision, as
No,
it's
did
called
we
on the
explain
TV.
in the picture that they have taken
Oh,
her
M
they've
is-
taken Loki's
yeah.
crown and they have drawn an M over like a peak over each horn to
make
imply
it
that
the
the
M.
M on her head
stands for Mephisto.
Mephisto.
Which 45 is a pretty banger of a joke as far as Facebook reacts go. So yes, they are both blonde, must be related. Dot 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 dot. Doesn't really hit. Doesn't have any some oomph. There's no pizzazzy oomph there. Both are trash. All hail Black Widow. Bad take, dude. Why can't we love everybody? And then this is wrong. Like if this is Lady Loki, it's just like a bad. I have to go with Mephisto. It's the only thing that really feels like I laughed at that. I could consider that it's Mephisto 'cause it's sort of become this meme in itself. It's still pretty funny, so I'm gonna go with A. Lock it in.
All right, Mia.
All right, I love the actress that plays Lena Luthor, and I think she would actually do a really great job at this. And I do find I'm probably gonna get some hate for this, but I do have some critiques of Sophia's portrayal of this character. But
Mia.
I can't do that
Fired.
because they also picked like a sexy picture of Lena. Like every
Of
woman
course
has
they
to be
did. The
sexy.
internet sucks.
I mean, she's gorgeous, but let's not focus on just that. So I agree. I think it is A as well. It's Mephisto. I think that would get lots of laughs from this group.
All right.
As they say, LOL.
So you guys both think
Lol.
it's it's Mephisto with the M
We do.
over Lady Loki.
It has to be.
The post that
Please.
got 6 likes, 2 loves, 45 laughs, 2 wows, and 1 angries is it's Mephisto.
God.
Yay!
All right. Moving on to the last question of this round, round 2. Which of these comments got only 16 laughs and nothing else? Was it A, Avengers will become a girls' school? B,
I can't deal with the misogyny on this page.
yuck, a female Loki. I bet she doesn't wax, and that is truly mischievous.
Are you kidding me?
I hate everything.
Are you fucking kidding me?
The comment section's pretty toxic.
You know, if there was a reason, you read the things and then I'll
C, all right, that's enough fan theory for me today, and then a logging out gif. Or D, people gonna be mad when she's revealed to be Enchantress, not Lady Loki.
She literally used the words enchanted. Okay.
Yeah.
I saw a post in this group the other day where
It's so bad.
it's really gross.
That's
where
why
they
I'm
were
trying to make
talking about,
something good out of it.
they were talking about a interview that Scarlett Johansson had recently given where she talked about how in the earlier MCU movies, how she didn't like how sexualized Black Widow was.
Yep.
And that was such a hyper focus of the character, and that's an aspect of who Black Widow is and a weapon that she uses, but it's not who she is. She doesn't just like live that. She's not the embodiment of that. She's a assassin, but anyways, and a spy. So she was talking about that, and like all these men in the comments just were like, ugh, and I wanted to die a little. And I was like, this is
I think I saw that one, and the thing that got me the worst was some guy posted, well, then she doesn't understand the character.
oh
Incorrect.
yes
Incorrect.
And I was like,
trying to mansplain Black Widow to Scarlett Johansson.
To the lady who's played her for now going on 10 years, like, I think she probably has a better understanding of this character than probably anybody else
I
does.
nearly murdered things through my computer. Okay, back to this question.
Back to this question. though.
So
16
A,
laughs.
Avengers will become a girls' school. They can
Ugh.
just suck it.
Fuck all the way off to
B,
the moon.
Yuck, a female Loki. I bet she doesn't even wax. I hate everyone.
It's so bad.
I'm gonna go with C because at least that's like remotely funny. All right, that's enough fan theory for me logging out. Screen. That's
Okay.
16 people would laugh at that. I don't know.
All right.
Go ahead, Jake. I hate everything.
No, I'm also this is also truly heinous. But I'm starting to learn how Caleb writes questions, which is an important part of the game, starting to get into Caleb's head. I don't think he would want to highlight either A or B. So I'm going to mark those off. He put them there to get a reaction out of us. But I don't think he'd wanna
Successful mission, Caleb.
Exactly. So I don't think you would want to highlight it as the answer.
Are you going
And
to ask
knowing that
me
he
where I'm
posts-
from, Jake?
And then quick question for you, Caleb. Where are you from?
Cambridge, Massachusetts.
No. But so knowing that and knowing that that's there, just crossing those first two off. And now I've noticed in the previous questions you are using them to highlight interesting points and things to talk about as well during it. So I don't think it's C. I think it's D because I think you're using it as an opportunity to bring forth another sort of thing forward. Where 16's not a lot, and it's already sort of like I'm gonna go with D. D's my answer.
All right. So Mia went with C. All right, that's enough fan theory for me today. Logging out gif. And Jake went with D. People going to be mad when she's revealed to be Enchantress, not Lady Loki. And the actual comment that got 16 laughs is yuck, a female Loki.
Ugh.
Jake has walked away.
Sue's back. Sue, what do you think about that? Because
It's
I
so
thought it was shit.
it is shit. And that's
I'm talking to Sue, who is now visiting Jake.
is Jake gonna come back?
No, he's still angry, and I don't blame him. Because not only did one douchebag write it, but then 16 of them agree. Okay, so lesson for our male listeners. There are girls that like nerd things. Can you just like let us like nerd things and participate in nerd things and like be in nerd things without having to be
Oh, Jake went and got his
Like,
drink.
objectify. Oh, okay. All right. Feminist
Yeah.
rant over.
There's nothing wrong with women's body hair, everyone. Just so you know, nothing mischievous about it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
All right. On to round 3.
You did this to us, Caleb.
I did. Well, I mean, let's be real. It's something out there in the internet, and
It's a thing, and it's real.
And yes, and we have to say just how stupid and fucking annoying it is.
It's weird being a girl into nerd culture because when you're a girl that's into anything that is male dominated, like nerd stuff or sports or cars or whatever it is, you're not allowed to just be like a casual fan of it because you get like quizzed to
Gatekeeping.
prove your knowledge. Yeah, there's like this weird, like you have to know every little thing that ever happened ever. And then if you don't know it, they're like, I told you you're not a real fan. It's like, no, I just like to play D&D. I don't have to know every class of warlock, whatever that exists out there. Can you just like let me live? You don't quiz guys on it. I don't get it.
I am really like what got me into nerd culture was my sister. Like, and I mean, she's been on this podcast, but like, she's my older sister, and she's the one that got me into like Star Wars and reading all of the extended universe novels, and all this, and it's just detrimental to everybody to try and gatekeep half of the human race from nerd culture when it's more fun to just be excited about those things with each other.
I worked for 7 years at a comic book store, Newberry Comics. Go shop there; they're good people.
Woo.
And I made it my mission, and I still make it today, to try to get to be excited about the things people like. I've tried really hard to remove I hate something from. I like to give DC a hard time, but I do truly love DC, which is why I give them such a hard time. But like I never want someone to walk into my store and to be like, hey, I really like this thing, and for someone to be like, because there's record stores, comic book stores, it's such a trope of someone walking in and the terrible person behind the counter being like, why are you reading that? That's not
worst episode ever.
Right. It's like to hate things and to try to dictate what people can enjoy, where I would have people be like, hey, this is what I like. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe you like that. That's amazing. Like, tell me there's nothing better in this world than sitting across from someone and looking them in the eyes as they tell you about something that they love. And that's why I love nerd culture so much, because people are so passionate about it. And it's why I love Marvel, because I get really passionate about that myself. And so I try to foster that excitement from everyone who comes across, because there's no one person who controls any of it. It's for everyone. That was Stanley's whole thing. It's the world outside, and it's meant for everybody for Marvel, which is why it's so wonderful. But it's not just that. It's anime. It's Star Wars. Star Wars fans are the worst as well. It's all of that. And it should be, they are miserable. They're miserable people, and they want to be miserable, which blows my mind.
Not all of them.
That being said, most of them.
There's a great book called, I'm just pulling it up out of my Kindle, Anti-Fandom: The Dislike and Hate in the Digital Age. And it's written by edited by Melissa A. Click. The book talks a lot about fandoms in general, and it talks a lot about women in fandoms, and particularly girls in fandoms, and how when there is a pop culture event or a series or a TV show or whatever, and the audience is primarily girls, it's looked down upon. So, for example, Twilight. Twilight is a book series that was read mostly by girls. You don't see like a straight guy wearing a Twilight shirt, because he would be belittled for that, because it's considered like a girly thing, and it's not cool to like Twilight. And there are a lot of there was a lot of talk in it about how when girls started to like fantasy type things, they started wanting to participate in Comic-Con, because that's where a lot of like it's not just comic books anymore. It's fantasy stuff. It's sci-fi. It's an all-inclusive
nerddom. Yeah.
It's a nerddom tent. And there was a lot of hate online about girls ruining Comic-Con, girls who are into gaming. There was a whole like online attack of this female gamer. I don't know if you guys have read about Gamergate.
Gamergate, yep.
But like, because she dare be a woman in a man's space, and so it's very interesting seeing that Marvel group. It has some of that toxicity targeted towards strong female characters that we're starting to see more prominently featured in this phase of the MCU. that we hadn't in the past.
Guys,
So,
if I could-
anyways,
if
it's
I
a
could-
great book if you want to read it. It's very short. I think she actually wrote it. It's like a doctoral dissertation type thing.
That's
But
awesome. I'd love to read
good
that.
book. Anti-fandom.
I cannot tell you all the tragedy and horror that I went through when Jane Foster became Thor in the comics. The amount of people that came in and scoffed and would get mad at me, being like, "I can't believe I can't believe Captain America's black. I can't believe Thor's a woman. I can't believe there's a new Iron Man who's a woman who's black." Like all this stuff, and I had to be like, and honestly, every time if you wanted to stop them from talking about it, I would literally just go, "Oh, have you read it?" And every time they'd be like, "Well, no, I just watched a lot of YouTube videos about it." And I'm like, "Hey, guess what? It's amazing. And if you haven't read it, you should try it, because guess what? It's one of actually my favorite stories that have happened in a long time," which is true. Jason Aaron's run on Thor when Jane Foster picks up the hammer is one of my all-time favorite comics. That being said, that leads into my actual catchphrase, if I had one in real life, which is, "It's fun to like things, everybody." It's fun to like things.
Aww, it is fun to like things.
It is.
Please remember that. And if anything else, Caleb just set the firecracker of me and I off on everyone to be like respectful and thoughtful and say, "Hey, guess what? It's made for everyone. It should be enjoyed by anyone. There's no rules to how you enjoy it."
There
Unless
are
you're
no
gonna be
rules.
a dick about it.
Yeah, like if somebody wants to go see a Marvel movie and they haven't watched every single Marvel movie, guess what? They can still go and like
They
it and have
can.
fun. They make them
That's
to be
the whole
standalone
point. It's the whole
pieces.
point.
Don't be a d-bag and be like, "Oh, well, you can't see Thor: God and Thunder because you've never seen any of the other Thors." Yes, you can. Go have
Hey,
a
Internet.
good time.
Hey, internet, fuck you.
Whoa. All right. Well, we still have one more round.
And the whole
We're in the
podcast
middle of a
about the
game show.
episode.
All right.
I'm in the
this
middle
is
of a feminist rant, but
more
you,
or less.
you do
I got
that.
your back, Mia. You keep going. I'm gonna keep lighting you up and keep that fire going. I'm with you. Let's fucking get them.
All right, then. So, more or less, this round is going to be a little different than last week. This round, because last week I had you guys guess the specifics. This is going to be a little different. Let me get into it. So, this week I'm going to show you a post, and I'm going to give you the top 2 reactions, and then I want you to put in order of most to least the remaining 5 reactions. So, what the post we have here is the meme of the Avengers when Tony died, and then it's Loki being all sad, and then the Avengers when Natasha died, and it's Loki saying, "Yes, very sad." Anyway, and the top 2 reacts, because it was a meme, were very obviously likes and laughs, with over 2,000 laughs and 1,500 likes. However, it got every other type of reaction as well. And so, I would like you two to grab a piece of paper and pen, and I want you to put in whichever order you think they went most to least, loves, cares, wows, sads, and angries. Those are just, I put them in the order that they show up on when you highlight a like.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds. Ready, and go. I'm using, that there's a question.
So
you
there was
don't
2,000
know.
laughs, was 1,500 likes. So sort of like gimmies that you're giving us those, or like
Yes, yeah. So you don't have to worry about laughs and likes. We know they're the top 2. I need the remaining 5 in order from most to least, because it got every type of reaction. And time. All right. So Jake is in the lead right now. So why don't we start with you? You gave us
sad, angry, wow, care, and love.
wow, care, and love. All right. And Mia. Let's see. Sad, care. Can you just read it? Oh, you're muted.
It says, sorry, I said it before and I was muted, so we didn't know. Sad, care, angry, wow, love. I wrote it on my Sylvie paper. That's why I was holding my hand across
Okay.
from last week.
So, you both said, so let's see. Jake, sad, angry, wow, care, love. Mia went sad, care, angry, wow, love.
So close.
The actual order. was... oh, and I should say before I give out points, if you get it right, it's 5 points. Or excuse me, it's 1 point for each correct in order. So, like,
I see.
if you got angry in the spot that it's supposed to be in, you get 1 point. And this is the one where I get 1 point for every wrong one, you guys. So,
Jeez, 'em.
So do we have to get all of them right to get any points, or we get a point for each one that's in the right spot?
you get a point for each one that's in the right
Okay.
spot.
All right.
So the actual order is sad, care, or excuse me, sad, love, care, angry, wow. So you both get a point for sad being first.
Angry. Wow, I got 1 point.
Angry, wow,
Yeah,
love. Yeah, yep. So you both get 1 point, which means I get a lot of points.
That seems like a broken system.
It's the biggest. It's the most.
just like the patriarchy. Sorry,
you know what?
I couldn't. I just had to tie back to it.
Get him.
Nice. All right. So we'll wrap that up. I'm just gonna get 1 for each one that you didn't. So
I'm just gonna clean up house here and get 1 for
Clean
each
house.
that you somehow
congratulations
Oh no!
to me. I did it.
Me.
So I came out with 6 points. I just gave myself 4 points since you all only got 1. Jake, you had 4 points, and Mia, you got 3 points. Congratulations.
Those are points
Those
that we
are
didn't have before.
Yeah, those are
indeed
points.
points. And that concludes the Internet Reacts, everybody. Woo!
Play the jingle, damn it. Caleb, the jingle.
If you've got a question that you don't know, there's only one place for you to go. It's the place with all the honest facts. It's the Internet React.
React.
I'm gonna come up with my own harmonies for the next time this plays.
I'm
Maybe we
not.
could re-record it. I do have
No,
to say.
never. I really like you and your falsetto doing the parts that I would normally sing.
Start your week off right with new episodes of Two Guys, a Girl, and Stanley's Pizza Place every Monday. Now available on all major podcast distributors.